Hello, welcome. Karen Hall here. If you are new to my channel, welcome. And if you're returning, thank you for subscribing. Today, I want to talk about a bad insert. I've had this for maybe 8 years or more, and it's a stuff sock. I have all sorts of hygiene things in here. And because I have some serious mobility issues, I've had to develop unusual kits to help me survive public washrooms, public toilets, communal living, yet be able to do my work. In my past, I worked as a teacher trainer. I did conferences, teacher training, workshops, and many other things. And lots of times, it was a struggle. I will share three of my pet peeves with you. One, wet bathroom floors. I don't know why there's so many wet bathroom floors around. Second one, inaccessible bin. The bin is poked in some corner, shoved in a corner, under the toilet bowl, behind a doorway. And the third one, that knob for hanging your bags. It's so high. They should have at least two for different height of women going into the washroom. It's usually one, and it's way at the top of the door. My three bathroom peeves. And I'd like to share a fourth one. Some have nothing, nowhere to hang your bag, nowhere at all. So this insert is coming handy for a couple of reasons. But before I share the reasons for you, let me show. I'm doing the review because I was about to throw away the bag and I realized it might be useful to someone else. You can create your own kit because the mesh has gotten porous, the zip doesn't work well, and so on. So it can no longer serve the purpose that I used it for in the last 8 years. However, I'm thankful for its creation because it helped me a lot. The zip in particular is useful for me because I have to hold things in awkward position. If nothing would throw out, fall out, roll away in the wet, smelly floors that I have to contend with because the zip is there. All right, so let's go about how I usually pack it. I like the middle. It has in the middle an open area in the middle, and on one side has two mesh pockets. But in the middle, you can see, without having to rummage through it, where everything is. You can see a bottle head there, you can see the bag, you can see the newspaper, you can see my cream without having to tumble through it. So I like it because of that. And I probably have to get one some other time. On the outside, you can also see the things you use a lot. For example, if I have to write something, some of my best ideas come in the weirdest places. I have to scribble something quickly. I don't like to take my phone in the toilet. I always have this fear that it will drop in the bowl. Don't know why, but I have that very fear. On this side, I have a USB AC plug that I can charge my phone. I have a suction cup that I can suck, put on tile or plastic walls if there's no hanging space for my stuff. And I like these little clips because you can clip them onto your pocket and it helps to keep something inside. For example, the paper, receipt, or so on, you can clip it on and it stays in there without falling out. in your open bag or on the floor. On the other side, I have this is an expandable towel. Sometimes a dispenser for paper towel in the washroom is stuck. It's not working. It's empty. I can pull out mine, run it on the tap, and use it to wipe my hand. I have my plastic earplug that help me survive noise nuisances of all sorts. And also from swimming, it protects my ear from water going in as an earache. This is a mascara bottle, but I have a little bit of essential oil in it to keep my eyes moisturized during long air flights. For smelliness, I have my inhaler, and you can reuse this when it's empty. Just on the sponge, put a little eucalyptus oil or mint oil, essential oil, and you're ready to go. And this is a game changer when you're next to a smelly person of some sort. Either the clothing smelly. Some people are they overcoat. They don't wash it, and they sit next to people. And those people love to sit under you who have smelly things. Some people have smelly breath and nostrils, and they love to talk. Put the close to you. This can make you survive. You can even survive a smelly city. Some cities, and in some developed countries, the cities smell like a septic tank, and you're walking those parts of the city you're walking. This can help you. And I spoke earlier of the wet floors, piece of newspaper. This has been my disposable carpet for years. I can put it on the floor and stand because I don't intend to fall on my butt into water, suspicious water. And then I always carry a plastic bag as my bin. I think I spoke of that earlier. On the inside, you can see what I have on the inside. I said it packs a lot. I have this little drawstring bag that puts in feminine hygiene items such as sanitary napkin or liners. I have my AirPod, not any fancy one. This is a regular AirPod, nondescript, no brand name. I have a little oil in petroleum jelly that I put in here to moisturize my hand. And those washrooms with lots of sinks, and half of them out of soap. I have my own wash soap. And for those places where the knob that has in the washroom, the door that has a knob, but it's very high, I have my extender. So at the bottom here, I can hang my bag and just extend it to my height of 5'0". So those are some of the major things that are in here for me. And I've had a good relationship with this bag for many years. Unfortunately, like everything in life, it has aged itself out. So this may be my last use of it to demonstrate its usefulness. And then it goes. There's one other thing I just remember I should cover before. Many airlines, when you go through the TSA, they don't want to see any metal in your bag. And you have your nail clip is metal. So I always walk with a buffer if I have to go to on a airline where each officer has his or her own actions that they take against passengers going through. I remember I was at one airport in the Caribbean. I passed while going. No one took my nail cleaner. When I was coming back, there was a different set of staff going through. They took away my nail cleaner. I came with it, and nobody took it away. But this time, they took it away. Same thing, I had a little piece of duct tape on a cardboard, and I flattened it and put it in the bag. When I was coming, no one took it away. When I was going back to the same airport, the same airport, they took it away. The other set of staff. So I learned to the hard way that there no uniform treatment by staff going through the checkpoints. So beware of that when you're traveling, and try to use plastic as much as possible. So I hope what I had to share you would find helpful. It's my travel hack, and as I said earlier, the bag has aged itself out, and so it's time for it to retire. But before it retire, I'm going to let it go with a bang by giving the review. It has a little knob here that you can put a key ring or a string, bag string on, so you can hook it up with the back on the doorknob. So it's a very useful bag. Uh, and if anyone has used it for any other purposes, feel free to share it in the comments. Thank you again. And remember to like, share, and subscribe. Stay safe, stay blessed. Karen Hall here. Bye. Hello, hello, Karen Hall here. Welcome to my channel. New subscribers, welcome. Returning subscribers, welcome. Today I want to review a course I've been preparing and give a background of why the course was prepared. It's called A Blueprint for Academic Research Supervision. And three reasons that I created a course. There are many, but these are the three main ones. One, newbie research supervisors. I remember when I was working at the University of Guyana, I was just told I had some students to supervise their educational study, which is a final year study, similar to a thesis. I was given an outline, and that was it. I didn't know the personalities of the students. I didn't know the levels of the students. I didn't know their competency. I didn't know anything. They were new to me, and I was new to them, and I was new to the whole thing. And there's no way I could have actually gone to get experience from someone else. What I got was ethics, university protocols, and such things. Those were not the things I needed at that point. They're important. What was more important is for me to discover and had a way of analyzing myself to know what type of supervisor I would be, how to deal with different personalities and types of students. Some students were older than I was, some were more experienced than I was. How do you deal with them? Others were plagiarism champions. They were copying other people's work and bring it to you. But because you didn't have that background and filter to learn about how to spot it, it took me a while to figure it out. And because I had to figure it out on my own, I got a lot of headache because I was really all over the map trying to figure out how to deal with these in a professional way, meet the university criteria in a timely manner, and bring these students into a professional sphere where they don't think cheating is the only way to go, and where they can actually see themselves as being capable of doing a proper research. One of the sites that helped me, and because I'm an internet junkie, in the sense that I seek information off the internet, I was able to go to some sites that I use for other things. CAL, Commonwealth of Learning. I don't know if it still exists, but I used it at that time. And now What I'm talking about is more than 10 years ago. And they had some strategies and tips that they got from other lecturers who wrote many articles and put on or many training units. And I was able to use those to help me have a level of assurance as I interact with these students. That's some very difficult students. They want someone to bully me because I knew I probably didn't know what to do. So they want to bully me to give them grades that they weren't entitled to or didn't work for. Others came at the last minute and expect miracles, and they expect me to do the miracles. My first year was a mess as a lecturer for me because I had no direction. The second thing that I found is my own personal intimidation and what I call it, imposter syndrome. I was wondering if I was in the right place, if I was doing the right thing, if I knew enough to handle the situation, the students, and the content, and to finish it in the year I was given. 3, I couldn't find any course like the one I'm writing. I couldn't find it anywhere. Later, I joined a group. When I was pursuing my doctorate, I joined a group called Researcher Voice on Facebook. It was a group of doctorate students from all over the world. And some professors had joined as well. We used to have a few coffee sessions or cocoa sessions that they used to call it, where you sip a cup of your favorite beverage and we chat. And maybe it'd be 9 or 10 of us, maybe it'd be 4 of us, maybe it'd be 2 of us. But there is where I learned so much uh, about handling different situations, different types of students, and so on, because that peer interaction, that shoulder rubbing sort of with people in the business. So I was sharing with one of the professors, she had just retired at the time, but maybe we should join and write a book. Unfortunately, during the pandemic, the site was hijacked by trolls. So the what do you call them? The administrator took it down because people were being spammed and maybe other things people were done, other shady things. So on the heels of that, I decided, why not? I should write it. So I'm in the process of writing this 5 module. At this time, it's 5 module training, supervisory training program, where I'm going to talk about my experiences. I'm going to talk about the things I noticed from my students. I'm going to talk about the things we should know and be able to do as new supervisors. And if you were a seasoned supervisor, how you can bring yourself to the point based on your past and based on learning from your fellow uh, colleagues to manage students virtually, for example, to manage the work students need to be done, how to assess it, how to assess plagiarism, and now with AIs, to know how what ethical ramifications AI is going to bring to academia. In my next clip, I'll be sharing the outline and what I hope students will be able to gain from the course. So let me go over the 3 things I feel it was important for me to do this course. Nothing was available. Many newbies are fearful and struggle with imposter syndrome and the challenges of AIs and plagiarism in today's academia. So those are some of the 3 things that I hope to put in the course. So far, I've done self-assessment, learning styles, pastoral care, and the research process. Because often, as a researcher, as a researcher supervisor, more so, we have to learn not to take over the students' research. We have to learn the skills to guide them to make their research uh, welcoming and acceptable to academic standards. So we fill that gap. But often, I've noticed a lot of newbie supervisors in particular, they just take over the students' research and tell the students what they have to do, and the students are unhappy because they're doing something they're not interested in. So if you're going to do a long 1 year paper, it should be something that will motivate you because it's a lot of independent study. So we should be able to motivate our students by allowing them to write on something within the topic area of education, in my case, and in other people's case would be whatever major, yet let them have their own research topic area they're going to cover based on their experiences, based on, in my case, it's teachers I'm dealing with. So they'll be motivated to complete that paper because it's something they're interested in. We have to capture their interest and bring it into academia. So I hope this helps, and see you on the other side. Remember to share, to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for watching. Karen Hall here. Stay blessed. Stay safe.